Have you ever noticed that the loudest people are often the easiest to disturb, while the quietest ones are the hardest to shake? You're being tested right now, not by life, not by circumstance, but by people who have learned, consciously or not, that your reaction is their reward. Think about the last time someone said something cutting, something dismissive, something designed to get under your skin. What did you do? You probably responded, defended yourself, tried to explain. Maybe you replayed the whole thing for hours afterward, rewording your response in your head, wishing you'd said something sharper. That's the trap. Every reaction you give is currency, and most people are spending themselves into bankruptcy. The Stoics knew this. Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire on earth and still wrote daily reminders to himself, not about strategy or conquest, but about refusing to be disturbed. Not because the world wasn't chaotic. It was, but because he understood something most people never learn. You cannot control what comes at you. You can only control whether it lands. Silence is not surrender. Ignoring is not weakness. Non-reaction is not passivity. It is the most deliberate, disciplined, psychologically sophisticated move you can make. This video is about 6 Stoic strategies that will change the way you move through the world. Not louder, not harder, quieter, more controlled, completely untouchable. Strategy 1. Starve the fire. Most conflict isn't really about you. When someone provokes you, throws a cheap shot, makes a snide comment, they aren't reacting to who you are, they're testing what you'll give them. What they want isn't being right. It's a reaction, because reaction is proof of power. Your reaction tells them, you matter enough to disturb me. And the moment you send that signal, you've handed them the keys. Epictetus, who was born a slave and became one of history's most influential philosophers, understood this viscerally. He built an entire philosophy around one insight. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Attention is not just emotional, it's energetic. Think of your attention as a fire. Everything you respond to receives heat. Some things deserve that heat, your goals, your relationships, your growth. But petty conflicts, people who thrive on discord, they are greenwood. They produce smoke, not warmth. The more you feed them, the worse the air becomes. When you stop feeding the fire, the behavior diminishes. The person who provokes you and receives only silence learns that you are not a viable source of reaction. They move on. Starving the fire isn't about pretending the provocation didn't happen. It's a deliberate choice. This does not deserve my energy. Withdraw your attention as an act of power, not avoidance. Strategy 2. The discipline of silence. There's a human urge to be understood. When someone misreads or criticizes you, you want to explain. But every time you explain yourself to someone who has already decided how they feel about you, you're not clarifying, you're negotiating. You've agreed that their opinion of you is a courtroom, and you owe them a defense. You don't. Seneca wrote, "Silence is a lesson learned through life's many sufferings." That silence isn't coldness. It's wisdom learned from explaining yourself and watching it change nothing or worse. Give the other person more ammunition. Over-explanation shows where your pressure points are. The Stoics practiced dignified silence, not the silence of emptiness, but the silence of efficiency. Marcus Aurelius didn't justify his decisions to every critic in Rome. He governed, he reflected, he improved. The work spoke. When the work speaks, explanation becomes redundant. You are not required to make anyone understand you. Understanding is a gift you give selectively to people who have earned it. Everyone else gets your actions, your results, and your silence. Let your silence be your statement. Let your life be your argument. Strategy 3. The art of calm indifference. Nothing unsettles a provocateur more than someone who doesn't react. When you stay calm, their chaos becomes visible. Your stillness is a mirror, and their insecurity stands exposed. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." When you mirror someone's chaos, you give them the satisfaction of knowing they reached you. Calm indifference reveals the distance between where you are and where they operate. If someone throws a punch, and you simply step aside quietly, effortlessly, who looks powerful, the one swinging at air. Indifference isn't a mask, it's a philosophy. Let your stillness do what your words never could. Expose without accusation. Strategy 4. Selective engagement. Not every voice deserves your engagement. Engagement is a choice, and it reveals your priorities. The Stoics weren't hermits, they led, governed, and interacted deeply with the world, but they were selective about where their attention went. Seneca said, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." When you engage with every argument and drama, you become diluted. But when you engage selectively, your focus sharpens, and chaos fades into background noise. Before engaging, ask, does this move me toward or away from who I'm trying to become? If the answer is away, silence isn't avoidance, it's alignment. Treat your engagement like currency. Spend it where it earns a real return. Strategy 5. Emotional restraint. The moment you lose your temper, you lose the argument. Emotion expressed reactively reveals vulnerability. It shows exactly how to control you. Restraint isn't suppression, it's feeling without being ruled by the feeling. Epictetus said, if someone provokes you, realize your mind is complicit. If your mind is complicit, it can also refuse. That's power. Respond rather than react. Responding is measured. Reacting is automatic. Automatic means controllable. Train your nervous system like an athlete trains the body. Emotional restraint is a skill. Every calm response makes you harder to move. Strategy 6. The power of withdrawal. Sometimes the most powerful choice is to walk away, not in defeat, but in recognition that some environments and people aren't worthy of your presence. Staying for appearances is self-betrayal. We're conditioned to think walking away is losing, but the opposite is true. Withdrawal is not retreat, it's redirection. I see what this is. I understand what it costs, and I choose to invest my energy elsewhere. Constant exposure to toxic dynamics isn't resilience, it's negligence toward your inner life. Withdrawal says, my time and attention exist on a different level than whatever is happening here. It doesn't need drama. The quiet departure of someone done is louder than any argument. Make withdrawal a tool, not a wound. Use it intentionally as a declaration that your peace is non-negotiable. The Stoic promise, all 6 strategies: withdrawing attention, practicing silence, cultivating calm indifference, engaging selectively, restraining emotion, and walking away serve one truth. You cannot live fully while you are endlessly at war. The Stoics understood that reactive living leads to exhaustion, not victory. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Even an emperor needed that reminder, so do you. The world will keep provoking. The question is not whether chaos exists, but whether you will keep volunteering as its audience. Stop reacting, and you will notice the provocations fading, not because others grew kinder, but because you stopped being their reward. And inside, you'll discover something quieter, steadier, the stoic confidence of someone no longer owned by external chaos. You were never meant to fight every battle. You were meant to choose wisely and let the rest dissolve in the silence of your indifference. That's not weakness, that's mastery.